know what I'm saying? Okay, so this video is like on my last video talking about what we learned from history repeating. So what we learned from history repeating is people be like, okay, if I get the same clout, I gotta give myself more time to bullshit the clout. So it goes with was more beneath the eye, and then obviously upstairs Zuzi, and reality playing along from like the school bell rang or something. I don't know. I think I did. Goddamn. So it's a lot of situations that come together, and it's like if it collides the same way, that means people are hating the same way. Because it's one thing to make a mistake because you didn't learn from the mistake. It's another thing to keep going. So, everybody wishes the best from history repeating, but then when you're dealing with a first reality and history repeats, it causes a new situation it's up to the flashpoint of making the reality of the rabbit hole better from, like I said, the world is multidimensional. So, that being said, I'm just goddamn listening to the atmosphere as I move my hands, you know what I'm saying? Because I just want to move, I just want to go. So, whatever got my hands, doing what it's doing now, you know what I'm saying? And to the next sequence is a big understanding, because what happened was people be like, there's no one to blame but fire authority, because fire authority did the same thing. So then it's like, okay, well, you blame authority. Well, how many times has this shit be done so we can blame authority? Okay, because, one time too many, right? And then people to use that excuse, one time too many, will blame the people that's still gonna be hired. Well, that's a tremendous premeditated alibi. Like, I heard of someone saying, all right, I'm gonna have this alibi if I do this to this person, and you talking about a rabbit hole. Damn. So I'm just live because, like I was saying in my last videos, about going forward in life and feeling complete to what needs to be done for, I guess, for me to feel part of the world. And people can just, like, people used to be like, damn, the sun's so hot. And then technology came out and people could understand how to live around the sun. So, that type of understanding coming out, I already had the understanding, so I just been froze as I then made myself uglier. Cause, I just, my Hades house, someone needs to speak why I'm so ice cold and doing this to myself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's that scary to look at something so ice cold. It's very scary to look at something so ice cold, and someone else will go, ooh, or ah, or damn. So that being the whole roundabout to go again, right? And what the alibi is, I want, already, like I said about authority, I already made a video. I was like, this, that, the third, bird view, you know what I'm saying, catching. The biggest deja vu is Peter 4. So, stabilization of 4 mythology. And, life is supposed to keep going from that situation. But, we gotta clean up someone's now, because everybody has a different now. And that's what makes the twin flames. Everybody has a different now. So then the world's multidimensional goes to someone else's now, and then to the next person's now. You get what I'm saying? So when you don't know what your now is, you play a multi-dimensional trial with someone's now. Alice in Wonderland. and we get to the whole problem that I got a lot to say, so I don't know what the fuck is this goddamn energy that I have to keep goddamn stopping for it, because I don't have to talk on this topic. But at the same time, I am the W, you get what I'm saying? So people can't wait to mess with the W. So, you know, I'm talking and just trying to go forward. So, you know, that being said, I just be talking, y'all. Fuck everything I say. Right? That's one of those, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's not like it comes a long way. You know, it comes a long way in the world when I'm trying to get the spark to get my ass. And if you like, you know, that was cold, that was, you know, stupid, and seconds later people are gonna join in still with talking like they're on that level. So, you know, I'm nothing matters. I'm talking. The emotions of the audience is gonna change up because it's just there to play with Hades count, and then, you know, get to another situation. But in the end, like I said about Peter 4, I'm hearing that right now, and it's like, well, don't that gotta be dropped off somewhere? Or that's proof of a landing sequence, because in the end, we all, you know, one. And 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 = 4. And, you know, 1 represents beginnings. So the beginning and beginning and beginning and beginning. You know, there's a lot. I could tell y'all a lot of stories, but this is not about stories. This is about fired authority going to go get their jobs back, and soldiers wishing they can call themselves rabbit hole soldiers, but when used to make you do what they do. When people, like, when in the first year 1, before rabbit hole year 1, you know, because the world was advancing year 1, and then technology got put up, then put back out, and that's what made people be like, all right, I'm just gonna live in this is before dying, and people are like, all right, I'm in a multi-dimensional world. First it was, I guess, the microwism of dying, where people felt like not being invited to parties the same way of dying or something like that. So, you know, in year 1, what happened was, the name Tesseract, which pays so belt is, you know, it's, I can't think of the best word, the prestigious people ranked up, commission, non-commission, whatever monitor system was back then. And then everybody knew the pirate. And then it was impossible to rank up, it was, these people was so fucking, medieval was such such a powerful feat. Gladiator Dome castles was such a, satellites was for, like, I think I said in the video, for, you had to know, I said the baby boomers tell you have to know on the satellites. And then, but I think, is that not why y'all here? Movie goddamn gave that type of mafia trivia. So, so people get fired, or they'll, go on the balcony, or, and then they'll get, and then the next people be like, yeah, I'm waiting for that shuffle. And then people, there's the people that never could amount to those levels. So then, that code red of multi-dimensional, because linear breaching sins cause technology to be put up but still be in those dimensions. And then into that, and this is the Nikola Tesla war that people don't know about, but upstairs Zuzi, that should have been enough, but I woke up from nightmares, right? But I won, so it's not nightmares, because they can't call me causing the, so the nine head asses. So so that being said, so that being said, upstairs Zuzi type shit in a different, in slang, savage slang. And knowing that I never used to go live when I was younger, so that would have been how I could have got my followers up, after certain people, but I'm not a comic book, so yeah, so people will go through they don't have to live on this time, time's a stopwatch, time mythology. And they'll develop, people keep developing, they'll be like, okay, and then maybe they will go through a consequence there. Like I said about the technology war that Matrix and iRobot and other movies kind of dibble-dabbed in. And, fuck it. The movie Jumper is trifling. How old is someone? Can someone tell me how old the movie Jumper is? I'll look it up later. I think it came out before 2010. So Mr. Never Slow Down and everything in between, had some type of traveling technique to mock upstairs Zuzi, right? Same shit, right? And oh, that's how they know. So I'm still on the Zuzi. So that being said, as it's clustered from, like I was saying about, it was only the silent war and the rest is monetary systems of robberies, you know what I'm saying, organized rioting. So then what happened in people's wanting and being their own reality, away from, the dreaming of a reality. The void of dreaming of reality, make it your own reality. And that's where people became royalty, had strong nights from the lineage of Mr. Never Slow Down that made reality. But people, like I said, went to another dimensions. I guess that's what UFO movies is about. And or died, and never became high rank. So then in the next lineage, the next rabbit hole, next now, they knew what they had to do to beat the person. But then the problem is they, having a short attention span don't teach you how to, you just know what you messed up last time. So what we're dealing with Fire Authority on the Balcony is when people devoid of people's dreams looking like reality, and dreaming reality, they're making their own reality. People people were smart enough to become what they want to become, and then there was always a threat thrust into coercion field. So then that's where people, like I said, conscious on forefathers, yeah, they're that, people are that lame. It's not no, oh yeah, I had forefathers, and everybody's lethal. The same way niggas was at school and you felt they was lame, or the niggas was lame and they was and they had a sweater majority to be cool, they just copying their forefathers. So the forefathers just have the whole wide span of the rabbit hole, and then these kids coming up just have the microism, you know what I'm saying, of the story that they started with, and they're trying to build their own version. So that's how time is ongoing, and people's happy for the infinite resurrection probation. But the whole so that being said, as I got the gentlest fists, I get a vase of I need more. It's not working out. See, I need more. So that being said, I will move my hand this way, you know what I'm saying? So that being understood, the first forefathers of people's family just know how stupid their descendants or late kids are going to be, since it's not from the infinite time. And I don't know if they call them gods. The forefathers probably look at themselves as gods and only help when they call themselves God in that situation, a nurturer in that situation. And yeah. So then why, like I said, because in the end most of them are still in the world too, away from, so they never could beat the rabbit hole soldiers, the ones the way that people, because I'm a pirate, so I'm just, there's no more work to be done, you know what I'm saying? Game Freak, Hayes Game Freak till he's Darth Vader. So that being said, you know what I'm saying? It got to the point to like I was saying in my other video about, but translating Never Slow Down, and I was upheld, and it was like, oh, you're just I don't remember the words, but something like, you're just a spirit trying to go on. And that's where the Jumper movie comes in. Whatever the fuck he said, I saw that shit in the Jumper movie, and I was just like, So, that being taken advantage of as I'm a clown, like I was saying in my other video. You the next situation comes to happening, with the understanding that these people are just party city uniform balling. They just, since that chief is not gonna come in, you feel me? So it's a whole premeditated association, because in the end, like I said, in the beginning of time, whatever y'all want to call it, the beginning of time, the Big Bang Theory, which obviously that's who the pirate is, Mr. Never Slow Down. Then it had to be, but it then chose not to just cause a ripple effect and not take credit for it. Alright, so that's not endorsement, but yeah, that's endorsement. But a GM, you know what I'm saying? Supposed to be a GM hiring manager off that. And it's too late to tell somebody that, when people know, that's when they see someone's mind shift, and it's instinct to goddamn know from the forefathers to now that would have been it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the first. So what happened was what happened is that we get to the situation that comes from and it's more of, when you talking, it don't matter. You get what I'm saying? That type of ass whooping, add sauce to it, right? So where we know the trivia comes from, and type the things. Still got future trunks. Master Rose, she about to Goku about to play dumb. I always knew somebody that then always. So for that whole gathering, we get So what fucking happened, right? Because like I said, every time my nabby goes off, you know what I'm saying? As I'm a big Matrix the Jungle fan. You feel me? Code-Red, bad graphics where people think they can still go multi-dimensional. Get all the blocks, Tesseract Rich Peso. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my goddamn two twos. You know what I'm saying? And my scythe, goddamn. Call me Webpoolz. So the situation is, I gotta get my gold. I gotta keep my mercury, and then I gotta get my deadly weapon, and then I gotta go get the grand treasure that Star Wars don't. So that being said, boom, what fucking happened was, everybody ranked up. There's people walking around, went to school, and people be like, oh, I could tell what you was when you was you feel me, in the beginning of time. I could tell you who he was before this rabbit hole. And usually people saying that was people that never ranked up. And, you know, like I said, it's the NFL draft. It's all the drafts actually now. But you know, you look at CJ Stroud smile and you be like, damn, Bryce Young, why didn't you smile like that? So you get what I'm saying? So the whole understanding comes to type thing. But no, you're not. So the whole thing comes from, like I said, Peter Ford and what needs to happen. And we got to the understanding that mothers wanted to have that kid, right, Mike Vick? So it's a grateful thing in the world to be in a situation where some people just wouldn't give up unless they had something to say that's the same difference. And that's what makes family. And because I'm trying to get to the point of what happened is the military, medieval military to military came together. Like I said, people went to go get their jobs back. So that back then the world being multidimensional wasn't, you know, upstairs Zuzi was known as the richest shit in the motherfucking world. You know, it was not no joke. It was no he ha ha. It was understood. That's you know, the monetary system of all monetary systems. Everything else is a middleman. And you know, it wasn't supposed to be, but you know, it's kind of like we're getting summoned to take your beef out. Used to be, you know, obviously we know where the Coliseums and stuff like that, and then they gave credit to the pirate, and instead of so the same thing, and it's only because the power level of, and it's the same thing, and so then left, right, left is the same from upstairs Zuzi, you know what I'm saying, and everybody that wasn't nobody but had the intelligence to be somebody became somebody, but then there was also some illegal shit, you know what I'm saying? So they fell off and just was happy with their intelligence, and then there was the people that retired, but you know, that's called being a rabbit hole soldier. Even when they retired into all the missions like the pirate, and they, you know, like I said about being an HM, like I said, so then it came where it was just, all that was left was the dump, you feel me, was the trash. So then people was like, wait, but we know, like I said, I know what you were, you know, that type of intuition, I guess, intuitiveness, initiation of why are we getting together, Zozy, like, so then they got together and they started working together, and then when they got to their Jamarcus Russell and LeBron James level, they started losing their attention span to keep going, and fell off, and then needed help off the balcony to show how long the military has been a hospital, and now it's in its monetary war phase from the silent war, like I said earlier about the monetary system and everything that falls under it, and like I said, is helping things off the balcony. Wait till you so then people never became nothing in the military, but needed one last shot of adrenaline, one last shot of ice, molly, heroin, cocaine, crack, dust, and every other P word. I can't think of the word right now because there's a lot of those. So that being said, and now they're on the balcony like help because they're just in Party City uniforms in this reality from like I said, all technology got put up, then Nikola tells the existence of what he knows and kept everything alive and said it said the free energy quote and gave free energy, and it was known as just it was just in the cookout of life, the bonfire of life, that he's the only one that had the acceleration and safety. Well, actually, well, both. It, trickles. It. So he could talk out for the people that would have did it too, like a Tupac type. And then so that's why you can't stereotype who people are and when they put on their uniform from the bonfire and cookout to give respect back to where it's indulged. So like Donald Trump was trying to do. So did do, and then the vice president came in and said, "We know more about that than you. The fuck wrong with you?" And it's just like, bravo, 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 on guard. So that being said, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people are in Party City uniforms because they were conscious on their forefathers, or are the forefathers that never made it, and then all talked together and put people in danger or turn people into doctors. But they stereotype what a doctor is, so they still look like a little rank, and saying, so you gonna stop? This is what I became for. You're like, what? That means you ain't it. You feel me? That's terrorism. You giving up. You have to give up so I can give. You know what I'm saying? You have to give in so I can give. You have to give up and give in so I can give. And then it's just that attention span play from when being conscious on their forefathers, or being the forefather was conscious on, right? And, world just trickling that way to why we gotta help you if the world's this unstable. How do we can believe you gonna help? And that's what the world is. It's a whole lot of cold red situations. What I'm saying is a whole lot of following. Like before I started the story, and we saw the tesseract that I was coming to about people walking into buildings. It's like people going, "Wow, I always wanted to come here," and they had to do it in a rabbit hole. So the rules before the rabbit hole is you can't come here. In the rabbit hole, you don't have that ability to come here. You don't have the attributes, you don't have the intelligence, you don't have the manners, the responsibility. Then I tell you not to come here, and then in the rabbit hole they go. That's what everybody is if it comes to someone being a stereotypical high rank to someone just wanted to go inside of a building and now they lost on the balcony. So the person from that, they feel like they're the highest rank to that's all they really is. And it's Okay, now that being said, as if I made a cartoon on symbolism, how the world came about, or a speed of chronological, that would have been a perfect song. With, anybody's name and any character, and then probably Webpoolz spin-off, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So that being understood, like I'm saying, all I'm doing is making people understand there's a lot of people that don't have rights to tell someone to behave. But, the attention span to not say that isn't in control. So the ones that used to be, like I said, authority, and still are authority because they became rabbit hole soldiers. And then, obviously there's a joker card. There'll always be, from the role model. And we get to talking the normal gatherings that have been taken away from us from when we knew not to play with that. So that being said, people aren't the nicest, or come together with the understanding of why we are here in a situation. So what I'm trying to say is, in my last videos, I kept talking about, do you think you need to get paid now? It's like, then I'd be like, no, because I care about people's lives. So, and there's hella foreseers, bums on the streets, or Jays, or that are making fun of that person and came to the rabbit hole to, make fun of that person and try to be a skunk and possum. And maybe a gang will happen tomorrow and be the raccoon on TV. So, it comes from why we aren't in our situations, how we're supposed to be paid, and the lies of they just need somebody that's powerful to talk up. Actually, they're talking about, like I was saying, wanting to rule the world still, and maybe it just be a jump, and they can use the jump like a weapon. And that's all life really is from this now, because obviously the world's multidimensional. So it's not, once you co-read something, it's, it's the coolest thing to say someone deserves something now. But in the end, if someone sacrificed dreaming, then their reality is always a dream. It's just they will have to conquer other people's worlds. You get what I'm saying? Teseractz peso. And so the situation is, they will always have to conquer someone else's world, or know how to build something that will be a dream mythology, you feel me? Will always be a reality instead of a dream. So, so that being said, if you co-read a situation, you make the batter for that person to be able to do that. And so the now is not about who's wealthy. The now of that of reality, like I'm saying, it's about just getting in the situation. So in the end, like, back in the old days, like I said about the medieval, and how other people got together, how other people pertained themselves, and how hard it was. If we're full of, I know who you were, but I don't want to help you. You know what I'm saying? I got this job to not help y'all unless God says so. You know what I'm saying? Unless karma says so. That's a simple fix. That's an easy fix. And, there's only now. So, anything can happen in now. But people will make, like I said, their dimensions as their health. So then, knowing how the sniper works for the HM, because of how it wasn't on that rank, even if the person ranked past that rank already, it wasn't used until now. People go along with the RP center, and and that was just me putting a asterisk on the story of fire authority on the balcony, and how long it's been going on where there's no alibi. So, the money is in the authority, for high ranked people. So, it's a manhunt game. It's a firing manhunt game. Because, someone has to say it. in a procedure that causes the minimum organized rioting, because it's not, it's, you feel me? Because I say you call video games kamikaze attacks. So where we lose, where the whole understanding has gone, it doesn't get any easier than who's going to be in danger if you help the best person to capture the flag. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the pyramid scheme mythology went about, when really it's pyramid scheme is just the family tree. You feel me? So, and people got them say, I can make my own family. That's the pyramid scheme mythology. And you know, upstairs Zuzi. So I just, I don't want to say nothing other than it being understood that it's the worst feeling to know, people know that I don't sleep and wake up and be treated like this. Like, at least I'm not being televised, other than me televising myself, because you know, obviously when I was a kid I would have had it controlled. You know, no one really cares that you got now. Just close your eyes and have to get through all of those, the way that your spaceship, because obviously nightmares happen. Like, okay, oh here, horsey, what's this humidity control on? I'ma die too, so we work together. Alright, night. Here, eat. My zebras know what I'm talking about. So, just from bird view, and then technology caught me. So, you know, it is a visualization that happens and that people wasn't supposed to put there anyway. So then we get to the next understanding of God damn. So like I was saying about how I could have handled it, it could have been handled with you know, at least the understanding of the mourning isn't mourned about, like how it could have sound, right? So there's a lot of stuff that get handled that no one appreciates, and yeah, you guys do these little microism of it, and it's a holiday, so you know it is for that whole understanding and running about that came together and comes together in front and I can't even think of the word I was about to say, but I was gonna say something. But yeah, so because in the end, once again, you know, I'm just happy to be the owner of telepathy. So, you know, I just, you know, is the, you know, the now of my linear breaching and Jesus died for our sins has been going for 28 years and counting. And people, and like I said, from the people from this rabbit hole, from away from certain people's birth dates and whoever's the, I guess, dark star or whatever, whoever's the totem pole, whoever's the goddamn magnetic pull, the void, it was anticipated from then, got silenced, and then understood, anticipated, seasoned to everybody has it all formed to understand what they're looking for and thinking of. And as we all play dumb about like the animals in the jungle and people knowing the sacred geometry of the body, and like I said, upstairs Zuzi talks, you know what I'm saying? And then when I got down, Mr. Never Slow Down, and finally get some freedom, end up in upstairs Zuzi, this reality of now talks, and then it shuts up, and that's all that's been going the fuck on. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
Tryna go and try out. They say I'm cocky, but not tryna step on other people's feet.
Because, like I said about how communication works from Never Slow Down, Jumping movie, saying he's going to get paid, peaks in that movie, and either those peaks and Mr. Never Slow Down atmosphere.
can't stunt too long. I'ma make it hard. Don't you wanna lie? Pop out with the stuff. Yeah, I've been Z. Benji's is my middle name. I'm just gon' get it in. When they gon' say the thing, girl, we can stunt too long. I'ma make it hard. Don't you see, got shot. Alright, baby, watch how I keep fresh in these beats. I can smoke wherever I wanna smoke. I just don't like attention. Like mob ties, don't be like, oh, you put it out, and now you fucking changing. That's the fucking point. It wasn't for me on this joint. I'm just. I get on, let these people understand you ain't gon' be in my face. I mean, I hide up what I gotta get, what they didn't get the trace. I got a who watching me, and I didn't have to be just where I knew. Someone would just put their fingers, see it going cool. A birthmark that made me remember what it mean to be just falling, just to get a living, what it is. I mean, they don't know what it is. I go and scold my face and quick they see it. Oh, this is the fire they didn't miss. It's how they wanna go and get in. How I know this is where you go with me. I didn't get 50 other stuff that I'm still counting, trying to call imagination. I mean, yo, imagine what you was with Ken. I mean, you ought to get a lit. Tell me who it is. I said I don't know. I didn't wanna see who wanna hit. I see I got to take it to a ring. If they don't miss, I say I call out everybody. They ain't hear shit. I'm tryna rap now. This is how we get with what we hit. I gotta spit with laughing 'cause they see the difference of how I go home. A different difficulty is to get on what they say though. A W that if I gonna sit it would just be me playing like I really wasn't it. I need to see why they don't care where I'm gonna get my lift. I gotta get to these people talking. What is the kid? I mean, I am better than the way that I just spent. I mean, I'm flying. This is how I'm going to live. I say I had it. They didn't want it, so I had to tell me I ain't bragging when I'm dancing on my brakes that they didn't with. I mean, I gotta get the way that I didn't have to get the speed of what they say. Laughing at what really ain't for me. I gotta tell them what they gotta know when they didn't see the lead. I mean, I wanna go and make my own for where they go and reach. I mean, they gotta tell me shit, but they ain't etching on me. I mean, they gotta get the miss when they see the really lit. I mean, the way I keep it fresh and I didn't mean to stay so clean. I ain't doing nothing but just blowing my fucking teeth. Why they wanna play like that and get what we gon' be? I'm just trying to figure out who's trying to come and phone and see. And I can know you can trust me if I'ma take the just beat from just behind. What they thought about, I go stay clean. Jumping in just that's the place where I'ma gonna leave. Why you acting like I swear I ain't just your elite? I didn't wanna tell them what they know and how I gotta be. They just lying like at school I wasn't really wrongly. I mean, I am the worst and that they just trying to guide. I mean, they what they wanna play with. They are students of just side and interstate. Too deep.
So with that said, you know, the world is very simple. People don't move themselves to people move themselves, but it's still in that saying. So that being said, people don't move themselves. Because if your mental is moved by something, you're not moving yourself. So from physical to metaphysical and back, as above, so below, within, without. Microism, macroism, people don't move themselves. And, so people be talking about they tricked what moved you to give up whatever they want to partake in. And sometimes it's a trap in his damn self, and that's where the repeating of history, what we learn from the repeating of history, could be nothing, because it's just gonna be the same traps. But like I said about the clout, and the delay longer, and what people knew about a bad energy following somebody, so when they close their eyes, they expect to see, like, but if that energy gets destroyed, they know that it's gonna pop back up at the Zuzi dump. So that's how people play with somebody they know that doesn't sleep. Like, they know that's where they went when they went somewhere worse. So that being, the whole understanding why how same difference or some shit. Then people wake up in reality, able to talk about it. But if it was that, it would just be you're hiding something. So that's the clout of how reality is going. From Fire Authority on the balcony, and I keep making videos, and we keep seeing, I don't have a problem making videos. I have a problem being the W. So, you know what I'm saying? K and Atlantis Patriots, it's the highest of, and we need to get to where we're losing the understanding, because we want to hear the sex mythology. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear yin and yang. We want to take yang away from yin. We want to take yin away from yang, and vice versa, all the way into yin and yang. It's back in its rightful understanding of every word of dictionary is a mythology on its story of its monetary system. So Peter 4. Hey, so that being said, I got the perfect energy to talk about. I'm looking and killing them just with my vision. The way that I edit my voice is the same as my vision. This shit that they getting, the way that my senses be on it. They don't just be knowing I'm honest. I gotta just show them I'm terrified. By just looking just at my posture. So, I'm Webpoolz, that's where my IQ comes in. I am a competitor. I can throw the ball off of the anticipation. I know what it takes to slice to get to this. So, the world needs to be better now. I can go to a bank and royalty mob. Everybody's anticipating that, right? What does royalty mob mean? He's talking slick. And where does your job mean? Bitch, what did you do? Boy, that's terrorism. That's metaphysical terrorism. What's that do with physical? You're trying to rape people? Like I said, don't ever stereotype. You know what I'm saying? Can never say it too much. Because, it's none of the people that got the job and said, okay, I could tell the chief is about this, this about this chief, knows this about mafia, this chief, and then there's people that say, fuck that. It's like, you can't say that. You don't rule the world at all. We even just figured about why you went to go get this goddamn job. That's worse. The fuck does royalty mob mean to you? It means what? Because you gotta subtract a word for what you're saying. I mean, a letter and add. You know what I'm saying? So just to show how words go, like it's Metal Gear Solid or some shit. It's that simple. It keeps going. Life don't stop. I said it before. I mean what I say. I never not meant what I say. And I love the way that I'm together, because in the end, I'm nobody, y'all. And like I said, from the time of Jesus died for our sins, of my birth, I'm glad to say that for what I know about the Big Bang Theory, and I'm not here for me. So I hate that not being here for me still wasn't enough to open up opportunities of making more money to get other people out of situations. But I'm glad for the people I have helped. I just want to help everybody. And the time span of when people needed the help. So, like I said, going back to stabilization, and like I said, it's not a dream. Getting told don't talk about the dream. People can be caught in a nightmare and not supposed to be. And there's a lot of what does royalty mobbing mean? No, you wasn't supposed to be in that nightmare anyway. And I'm the Joker card of that saying. And it's that simple as we just saw the world overlay. I don't know if y'all heard that crunch or what that crunch means, but people with, like I said, how they made their health from came together and don't give a damn about what else needs to be said or done or has been done. And I just want to get on with the simple math that Peter 4 has stabilized, because the situation is we've never talked about athletes' emotions. So a lot of athletes are known from sipping on that Jameson, you know what I'm saying, being drunk. And last time speaking to the making of Cole Foster's Home for Imaginary Friend, and the drip left from it, free roam in every dimension still. So be it. So the joke wasn't about get me in the stadium and I look a fool. It was about make me a owner and I'll look a fool, because it's already matrix of the love. So, you know, obviously somebody has that other side of free roam in every dimension, and then had the Atlanta Mike Vick care too, that it won't still make them look a fool. So we just here understanding something's grabbing me, and I don't like to not grab back or make someone feel like I'm not grabbing back and keeping the breath of the wild, for lack of whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or Tears of Kingdom, you know what I'm saying? From that, it's not a dream. It's the Joker card of you wasn't supposed to be in a nightmare. But you know, that's what make me detect the Webpoolz. So I'll say some more. You know, right? Because we talking about casinos, money, getting big mo. Howie, someone thought and said, fuck that. He think mo. Can't beat that. Still on the balcony. So why you try that? I'm looking and killing them just with my vision. The way that I hit it, my forces, the same as my vision. The shit that they get in the way that my senses be on it. They don't just be knowing I'm honest. I gotta just show them I'm terrified. I just look at my posture. I know the way that I usher the shit that they thought. And I tell the niggas I swear that I pop it something just like just a gusher. And I like a bullet. Y'all talking, I know, and the arrows I got them. I know, and the shit that they know, and I'm gulling, but they don't be noticed the way that I show them. I had to get on it. I know that I had to be smart. That's the only way I could get out of the trenches. The shit that they talking, they bitches. I'm fucking it up for them talking this shit that they bitches be itching. They act like they trial. So it's more of the talk. So energy can't be destroyed. You feel me? Yes, it can. But you know, the person that won war and people came back from the RP Center with their white flags made that saying. So that's why I like sayings, because they're books. So, you know, it's microisms, what you can learn. Books are there to tell you a story. Words are there to tell you a story in general. So it's about how good is this book from one word that would have popped the world back into its place, and people just didn't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? So people don't understand books don't get boring. You know what I'm saying? People are boring, or don't have the attention span. And once again, I like to keep people safe, so people are always gonna be in danger because of somebody of my caliber. They expected me to act different as a clown, which makes me a villain. And you know, it's Webpoolz. You know, I'm not one of those. You know, I'm barely a villain. Just can't call me a hero. You know what I'm saying? You know how people walk around in comic books, and then there's a villain that's like, everybody thinks like this. They're gonna succumb to this. You feel me? They're villains, you know, or wannabe villains. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not a wannabe villain, nor do I want to look that goddamn stupid. You know what I'm saying? And that's where my jurisdiction comes from. So that's how I will never be called a hero, because I'm gonna leave someone else to be the hero. Wow, I just open up schools for people to become the hero. That's kind of being a villain, ain't it? So that being said, we are here to understand the world doesn't need to churn no other way but the understanding that we're all gambling on tomorrow. But we remember yesterday and the nightmare that we said, if this happens, I'm going to talk about it. And then it didn't happen, but people knew how karma and God is set up. From people can't travel to the present from the future. You feel me? People can't be in the future and travel to someone's now without, you know, being wealthy. And then you know, you're not going to lose your wealth. So this is the talk about how the world's multidimensional medieval, that people knew. I said, people get their jobs back, then to this now, this is the only place people can go. What am I doing? And just keep short attention spans sparking like that. And then have a lot stacked. I don't know what I'm doing. What the hell you think you're telling me? So, and then like, you want to see weird, or you want to see freaky, you want to see. So, yeah, so people can't travel, as it's been echoing. I've had to put time on that. People can't travel because, you know, and like I said, I remember that. People can't travel. People can't travel to someone else's now while they're in the future, unless they got the money. People can't travel to someone else's past while they're in now, unless they got the money. And then, you know, that's where people saw the nightmare, and then they play the game to get the money. So I guess for the future, same shit. You know what I'm saying? And then people can't go all the way to the future, or even a little bit of the future, would be which could be now. But no, now it's coming, so they don't think about it. Like, I can wait on that. And that's where the RP Center comes in. People can't travel from their past, travel to someone's future from their past. And that's where conscious and forefather story comes from. And then that's where it's a whole, you're safe from mine. I'm gonna do it in those, and ha ha, hi, and ta-da, like I said about the hospital, the world still is, but we're looking at the monetary system first. And we just ended on that, right? Let's see. Yeah, we'll end on that.